This is Morten from Inkjet. As you can hear, my voice is about to go. So we better use it very cleverly here at the last interview here at Printing United. So I'm talking to Robert from GIS. Good to see you. And you just told me that we met each other maybe a couple of years ago back in Sweden, right? But now you're with GIS.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the company first.
So the company's been around for 18 years. We were taken over by a company called Nano Dimensions a couple of years ago. And we've been developing drive electronics, fluid delivery systems and software for industrial inkjet applications. So we have very strong relationships with all of the industrial inkjet head suppliers. And we supply different components into different industrial applications.
And now we are at a print show, and I guess that most of our audiences are, of course, interested in inkjet from a printing perspective. But when you talk about the industrial print, I mean, both the technology in the printheads and the fluid system and the control software and the drying software and the lamps and everything like that is like for a lot of different industries, right?
It is, yeah, absolutely. It's deposition technology. So is used in lots of different segments. So.
But you know, we're here at Printing United, so you have to say one thing to me, and that is like, of course, print is the best segment to be in.
Absolutely, of course. It's part of my heritage. I've been in the printing industry for 40 years, so yeah.
Fantastic. So working with integrators, I mean, I have met a few integrators that do specific applications for. It can be for like printing on plastic boxes in a warehouse. It can be, I mean, there's a lot of ways to do things and a lot of different print heads that are suitable for different types of application. I guess that it requires a lot of knowledge about all these print heads and all these technologies in order to be able to really serve that market, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we have specialist software to do many things, applications on direct to product, so it can be simple shapes, it can be bottles or cups or whatever it may be, but it can also be complex shapes like automotive parts or helmets or baseball bats or something like that, right? So yeah.
And I guess that every type of application, type of material has their own challenges, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So if you look at, I mean, I remember, I think it was maybe at IST Intech interview I did a couple of years ago, they said that it's kind of funny because if you think of let's say light bulbs and also the mercury lamps, it's like the end of its life cycle. LED UV is still in its infancy, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Where do you think it will go?
Sky's the limit. I think this kind of technology is really exciting though, just because of its possibilities. Because when you look at developing a product, when you're trying to do any kind of test platform, if you have to take a lamp technology and you have to have a full integration before you can test the platform. So if it's just a proof of concept and you have to develop all of the technology that you would need to do that, it can take quite a while.
Yeah.
Whereas now we've got this possibility of doing a plug and play, which gives you so much more flexibility, so much more latitude for
I can't help think about, because for me it also looks like that it is an advantage to have these kind of Lego bricks that you can patch together. But I'm just also wondering, does it also make some limitations? Because I guess, I mean, if you think of the Apple ecosystem, it's always like they say that software and hardware together make better solutions, right? And I'm just wondering, is there also a truth in that, or do you see that's a stronger advantage of having all these different components?
I think it's much stronger because you've got the option to be able to go out and maybe choose what you want to do. And it's not always, one solution provider isn't always the best choice. We have many solutions, but we don't. So going back to the fundamentals of what GIS is, we have drive electronics, which is most of what we do, most of our business.
So that is electronics to drive both the lamps and the inkjet systems, or?
So it's just the drive heads. So the drive electronics is there to create the data that goes down to the heads, so that they'll spit at the right time, obviously using other components as well, like encoders and product to text, so on and so forth. But we've got a software development platform like Atlas that can help customers. So it's not always solved with the drive electronics. So you could have a customer that's having some issues with their head array. So they want to see if they can get some some kind of relief as far as the quality is concerned. So we have technologies that are agnostic to the drive electronics, and we also sell ink delivery systems separately as well. So I think you can go and you can look for certain solutions from one supplier, but sometimes you need to look in varied places to get the best for the technology.
And you're essentially the company that bridges all these kind of technologies into the solutions, both from a software and also from some of the hardware perspectives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Robert, great talking to you.
Yeah, it was
Thank
good
you very
to
much.
talk to you.
Thank you.